Hello heroes, and welcome back to the Dirge. This will be the fourth installment of my 25 game series of where I chronicle all 25 games I've played in Hero League so far this season in an attempt to grind. As a disclaimer, I say it at the beginning of the previous videos, I'll say it to you again if you're just jumping in and joining us now. I'm not a Master or Grandmaster. I do not claim to be. If you're expecting Master or Grandmaster play, you're looking in the wrong place. If you're here to learn, you're here for the same reason that I am. I hope you enjoy the videos, and I hope you learn as much from these as I hope to. That being said, we'll jump right into the video. Right into the replay. We did get a decent comp in draft, as did the enemy team. Now, of course, we know Tomb of the Spider Queen. I try to recommend in draft people pick heroes with good wave clear, but it's bronze and silver, so I don't really expect people to have as heavy a working game knowledge as I do, and just try to go into every game with a positive mindset. Try to keep the game short, so I will fast forward through a lot of the boring stuff for you guys. And here goes the initial engagement. Bronze and silver, so I'm looking for weak points in my team and the enemy's team. I see an engagement down here, so I come down to try to assist. Not really catching anybody completely out of position, so I'm just poking from a distance, trying to get off some safe damage where I can. Trying to make sure I don't get caught out of position more than anything else. I notice there's Zula's top lane, so I come top to counter him. I try to come in behind him, so he has to run further to get away. Unfortunately for me, fortunately for him, he picks the safest route of escape as possible and actually gets away. I should have had him here, but can't get them all. No. One thing I personally try to focus on when playing Tomb of the Spider Queen is to die as little as possible. Just because it doesn't matter how many kills I get, if I'm playing too aggressive and lose all of my gems, it's going to give the enemy team a massive advantage because they're going to get all of the spider rushes. And losing the gems for my team, when you lose them, they don't. If one of your teammates isn't close by to pick them up, you're going to lose them all together, and it really sets you back. So I miss a gem there just to not overextend on Zul. And I'm giving him a little more credit than I probably should because he was smart when I tried to gank him at the start. But he ends up escaping here again because I'm playing a little too safe and I'm giving him too much credit. Either way, still trying to collect as many gems as I can. Soak as much experience as I can. Right now it's even 3-3, almost dead even on experience. I go back to tap since Zul did take my health down a little bit. And continue doing my job clearing minions, holding top lane. I wish I could have double soaked here a little better. But I did spend a little bit of time, probably too much time, actually fighting Zul, trying to win the lane instead of just clearing the minions and then moving to mid lane where I could have got more experience. It's just I guess a classic mistake where it's more fun for me to try to kill Zul and boost my ego if I can win the lane versus doing the smart thing and just soaking the experience because it'll help the team out in the long run. He keeps escaping by the skin of his teeth. But you notice I keep out-trading him consistently. And now I'm handing in 20 gems for my team's advantage. Figure I'd come down here and help them on this engage since they're just fighting at mid. We're not allowing any crazy enemy kills, not giving them any advantages, but they're not making it easy for us either. So back to the boring stuff. Clearing lanes, collecting gems. Now I start dual soaking since I'm not getting any opposition top lane. Get a little bit of experience in the middle. Come back to top. Go back to pushing Zul around the way I was before. One thing I want to point out there is I baited him into the hand-in point before warping out. If I had tried to warp out from here, he'd have had a lot easier time catching up to me versus baiting him into the smoke and then warping out. Then he has to go around a corner to try to chase after me. And now that I know he's gone, I know the lane is open for me. The rest of the enemy team is showing on the map except for Brightwing. So I decided to get a little bit of structural damage on him. And then I go back and attempt to pay my 6 gems so we can get the first wave of spiders. A little late joining this engagement. I did get scared when Zul and Urel decided to focus on me, and I didn't want to die with 6 gems, knowing that those were the 6 gems we needed to hand in, because the rest of them are split throughout the team. There's 2 there, there's 2 there, and I'd rather hand in my 6 and get the 4 that we need versus relying on 2 other people to have to turn in 2 apiece. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, and the enemy team ends up handing in theirs and getting the first spider wave of the game. So not a lot's happening here for me to benefit from and add any sort of value to my team at mid lane. Come back to top, continue to gather gems, doing the boring stuff that needs to get done. And not a lot of people like doing it. I don't like doing it, but it needs done. And Fenix is a decent character to clear waves down, so might as well add as much value as I can, even if it is a little more boring. Speed past this. I clear the spider, clear the wave. Keep picking up the gems where I can. I thought I could cut off their retreat there, or at least get maybe a kill or 2. But ends up they just ran right through the Planet Cracker, had enough health to survive the retreat, and the team didn't give chase to try to finish him off. I did give my position away, and Sony decided to come up here. I go to hand in. And luckily escape. Not realizing that they had Sonya and Brightwing both in the bush, waiting for somebody to show their face. Now I see their Sonya's low, and go to punish. Don't quite get it, because of the polymorph from Brightwing. But once again, the focus is not on killing the enemy team, it's about winning the objectives. So I know I had more than what we needed, but I went ahead and handed in 4 of my 18 gems I was holding at the time, just to make sure they got turned in and didn't lose. I couldn't get lost if I happened to die. And I want to try to clear this minion wave so our spiders spawn closer to their structures and get as much structural damage as I can before the spiders get there. So by the time the Spider Queen actually came, I have both their towers and the wall down top lane. Like I said, I'm not about to lose 17 gems to a half health Urel, so I decided to play safe, warp out, come back in, engage from a place where I have a higher possibility of retreating to a safe position instead of just staying where I was and engaging her from there. I do get overextended. Sonya attempts to punish, and I safely retreat behind our towers. She takes a few tower shots, has my lane collapse on her, and our Chromie comes up and finishes her off, and she loses a bunch of their gems. That was a good response by our Chromie. Our Chromie played a killer game this game. Just trying to deal some safe damage, keep them on the retreat. If I'm taking their health down, I'll allow them to trade a little bit into me since I'm Fenix and just let them burn my shield a little bit. Clearing waves, picking up gems.
Hero slain.
So now that's almost what I handed in. I think 20 gems, and then 4, and then 23 that time. So I'm handing in quite a lot of gems myself, just because I'm playing safe and not allowing myself to get out of position for them to punish me and have me lose my gems. Now that I have none, I stay in a little bit longer and play a little more aggressive, looking to kill some of the enemies and have them lose their gems, since I'm not holding on to so many myself. I'm also guarding the point, trying to not give them the opportunity to come up and turn in and get the next wave again. This is a good frost ring by their Jaina, good follow-up, ends up taking down our Malfurion. Jaina's trying to come after me, get polymorphed by Brightwing. Just doing some consistent damage from a safe distance, taking down that camp before it takes down any of our structures. Waiting for my team to come up because I do not want to be caught in the front line. See, every time, and this is something I could use some advice on if somebody wants to leave some advice in the comments. What I typically try to do, I see Zul putting his roots on me, because I just run back far enough so that if they do decide to chase after me while I'm rooted, they're going to take tower shots. I just try to run away from them. I don't know if that's the proper way of playing that, if I should play it more aggressive. But typically when I see and hear the soundbite of Zul putting his roots on me, I retreat to a safer distance so that it doesn't allow them to put more damage on me and possibly get a gank off. Now, quick stat check, almost 13 minutes in, 96,000 siege damage, 31 hero, almost a little over 9,000 experience, best in the game there. Still no kills. But like I said, this is Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm not playing for kills. I'm playing for victories. They get their second wave of spiders, and we already have structural damage. Heavy structural damage to mid lane, some to top, and some to bottom. We don't have anybody responding to bottom at all. That's probably a misplay on my part there. At least one of us should have been down there taking care of that, but I go ahead and I cleared this mid out. Their top lane was pushed further in, so it's taking the longest to get to our structures there. I noticed at the end that the rest of my team is going bottom, so I end up coming top lane to try to clear this wave out and kill the spider. But once again, I don't want to get overly aggressive and cost myself a death, because they do have 2 people here. Now we have Malfurion responding, so we have 3 versus their 2 and their minions and the spider. So I push back in a little bit. Still trying to not get carried away.
Hour of the spider closes. Hero slain. My altar awaits the gems. Bring them. Bring me their power.
I just ignore that comment from Nazebo. Yes, we should have been down bottom, but we had just finished the defending the spider from top lane. Spider was already gone in bottom lane, and I guess to me it was more of a priority to get to try to get some kills top lane and make up for the experience disadvantage we're at right now. They end up getting boss up here. Chromie was up there doing what she could about it, but of course she's not going to be able to do it by herself because we responded to Nazebo's negativity, went cleared that minion wave bottom. Nobody else had enough time to make it up top to respond to the boss. It's a misplay on my part and the team's, because even myself, I was not thinking about trying to defend boss against a boss push when right after the minions were coming up. I was more worried about trying to push the lanes. I should have noticed that they weren't showing on the map and immediately assumed that they were going for boss. I went up there to try to defend that, but I didn't. So while I'm clearing this boss out with a couple of my teammates' help, Chromie is doing a very good job dropping bombs on the enemies, making them retreat, not being able to push with the boss.
It is over.
Now I'm back to holding on to 15 gems again, so I don't want to play too overly aggressive, but I do jump in there, do some sustain to those guys, let my teammates finish them off, and then I go to hand in my gems.
Deliver the gems of power to my altar. Hero slain.
Land the kill on the Sonya there, who I'm not sure why she didn't try to interrupt me from handing in as she was running through. I don't know if she's just trying to save her own life running from Chromie and the rest of my teammates. Rotate back to mid, clear out their camp, let our camp push a little bit. And I came down there initially to try to kill that Brightwing, but Nazebo did it before I could get there. So now I'm looking for the next logical target. It looked like it was going to be Jaina until she retreated, so then I came back up here to mid. She catches me in her Frostwing, but doesn't have any follow-up and doesn't have enough damage herself to finish me off, so I back up, throw in a Planet Cracker. I think I ended up getting credit for that kill. No, I didn't. But I did a little bit of damage there with the Planet Cracker. I see Sonya's up here by herself now, so I come up here, safely hand in my 6 gems while she's busy clearing that wave. I know I'm in absolutely no danger.
The blue team has done as I asked. The spiders shall obey.
And that right there is 20 gems that the enemy team just lost because Sonya decided to engage more people than she can handle while her team was on the retreat and we had our spiders active. Not that it would have mattered. because I'm pretty sure this push is what ends the game anyway. But that's exactly why I play the way I do on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Not saying it's right. As I said at the beginning, I'm not a master or grandmaster. Any of you guys that are out there, please offer some constructive criticism. Keep it positive, and nobody will have their feelings hurt, I promise. Okay, so we don't push to end there.
Has destroyed a fort. My web wheels have fallen. Gather gems if you wish to be spared.
There's really no benefit to me staying there fighting the Jaina. So I retreat, looking for somewhere else I can add value. Go ahead and decided to hand in my gems. 7 more. And then I go down here to clean, or to get this camp and have it pushing up bottom lane too. Looking for a safe engage point there. I try to do it from the outside so I don't get stuck being stunned or rooted or get too grouped up with my team and get caught in a frost ring. End up getting 3 kills out of that exchange and lose 1. And then Chromie finishes off Jaina. So now we're at a 4v1. And now 4-on-0 that we finished off their team. Chromie killed it. 8-1, 85,000 hero damage. And the Zebo, 20,000 experience contributed, even though he's 3-6. I only had 3 kills. 0 deaths though. 172,000 siege, 18,000 experience. All in all, that was a successful game as far as I'm concerned. Chromie deserved the MVP though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys know the deal. Like, subscribe, leave your comments in the section below. Please try to keep it positive. And I hope you have enjoyed the series so far and will continue to enjoy it as I post more videos.